Yo, what is up everybody? I don't even know if anyone's watching me right now, but I always like to start with a yo, what's up, just in case. We're streaming today. We're going to play some Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and we're going to talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows while we do it. Now, I'm going to wait for a few people to be watching before I sort of explain why we're vertical, because I will explain that, and there is a reason for it. But I am going to wait a minute. I want to get some people in watching. I don't know if there are at the moment, and I also want to wait for people to let me know if the audio is all good, because I can play around with the audio if it's not, but I think it'll be okay. We'll see. So yes, let me know if you're in the chat, and we'll get chatting. Any questions about AC Shadows, let me know. Any questions about anything else, let me know. There we go, we got the first chatter. Oh, second chatter. Oh, first Civ David, of course. How you doing, man? Omar is cool. How are you doing as well? Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad to see you guys in. I'm sure we'll get a few more people, you know, in the chat as we stream. It's always a little bit quiet, you know, when I first start streaming, because I think people's notifications come in, you know, like as and when within the hour or whatever. So we'll see when people start, you know, clicking on the video to watch. One thing I will ask though is, yeah, let me know if my audio is all good. Can you hear me? You know, is the game too loud? Is my voice too loud? Is there a good balance? Let me know, because that's the best way I can tell. If you know, you guys let me know. I'll just explain. Yeah, vertical stream go crazy. Hidden one, how you doing? I might as well explain as people are coming in now. Naomi, how you doing? The reason, I'll probably explain when more people watch as well, but the reason I'm doing a vertical stream is because apparently it does better in the YouTube algorithm. Algorithm? You know what I mean? Algorithm. It's the pressure, I've got people watching me. Because, you know, let's face it, I get a lot more views on my shorts than I do on my main videos. And apparently if you live stream I can't speak today, vertical, then apparently your live stream will also go in the YouTube Shorts algorithm feed, so more people will see it. We'll see. I'm experimenting. It either will or it won't. I'm easy. It will or it won't. I'm just streaming, aren't I? But I'm experimenting. So yeah, it is vertical today, but I'm hoping that I've sort of done it in a way that you can actually, it's still accessible if you're not just watching on a mobile, you know. I think it might be, but I don't know. I'll take constructive criticism. Alright, what are you guys saying then? Will it have a modern day story? What? Yeah, so again, before I answer anything, I just want to specify by the title as well. We're going to be playing through Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. This is a completed game save. I've rebuilt 100% of Rome. Oh, my bad, didn't mean to do that. But what I'm doing now, sort of while we're just going to talk about AC Shadows or Assassin's Creed in general, I'm just going to go through the map, you know, doing flags, treasure chests, you know, assassination contracts as and when, and that sort of thing, just to because I'll do 100% this game at some point, but I thought might as well do it on stream. So yeah, I got distracted then. So yeah, that's it. So to answer your guys' questions, again, let me know in chat if you want to talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Talk amongst yourself as well whilst I play. And yeah, we'll get a good conversation going and build a easy community, as I always say in my videos. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do a few chests to start with, just get me eased in, you know. I do have the armor of Romulus outfit in this save. I'm just not wearing it because I don't want to wear it. Really, that's about it. There's nothing deep. It just is what it is. Okay, so let's read the chat, see what people are saying. So I'm going to have to really balance between playing the game and looking at the chat next to it. Yeah, so King Long said, will there be modern day in Assassin's Creed Shadows? Now, I mean, yeah, probably. I'd be a bit shocked if there wasn't. Do we know that for a fact, though? Nah, we don't know. I mean, there's not been any, you know, confirmation of a modern day so far as I know. I mean, I could be wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But, yeah, as far as I know, there's been no confirmation of, like, a playable modern day. What I think, though, well, based on the gameplay presentation we saw, there is, you know, a little bit of modern day, I guess you could say, implications. You look at the HUD of the map in Shadows. You can see there's an Abstergo logo and stuff like that. That's about all we can see when it comes to, you know, modern day involvement in Assassin's Creed Shadows. So yeah, I think, you know, it's one of the mainline titles. I know Mirage was technically a mainline title, but it wasn't classed as a mainline title internally with Ubisoft, really, if you know what I mean. It was a much shorter game. It was originally going to be a DLC. Shadows was always planned to be the next big game after Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So I just hope they carry on with the story of Basim. I'm not saying Basim's modern day story is the best thing Assassin's Creed modern day has done, but I just want them to stick to something. We've had so many Assassin's Creed games, you know, through the years that will just flip-flop between modern day stories, and it doesn't seem to tell have any continuity in its modern day, you know, since Desmond, really. So I just, you know, it'll be good to get back to something where we can say, oh, okay, let's see what happens in the next game, and let's see what happens in the next game. I'm doing shit today, it's because I'm distracted with talking. And stuff like that, you know, rather than, are they going to have a modern day that continues the last game, or are they not, you know, just like Syndicate, for an example. I'm really doing bad at parkour today. Trust me, guys, I am better than this. I am, I promise. I'm just, again, I'm doing it live. I usually play games where I don't have to talk. So yeah, we'll see. Chloe says game sounds a bit loud. Does it? Shall I turn it down a bit? Yeah, game audio's louder than me. Oh, fuck. What? Okay, bear with. How's this? Is that better? I can't. How's that? Let me know. Or have I just muted it? I don't know what it is, but my audio with OBS is always weird. If you're a long-time viewer of my streams, you know what I mean. There was one stream where I think some random like siren sound started going off, and I was with Cam, and we were like freaking out, and we didn't know what it was. Still never figured out what that was. So yeah, let me know now what you think. I'll start running around and stuff and see how it sounds. Can you turn down the game audio? Yeah. So let me know. Does it sound better? I can't really tell myself. What's he doing? Why is he just... Okay. Yeah, just let me know how it is. I mean, there's not really much game audio we need, so it doesn't have to be loud at all. It's just... We'll see. I'm just gonna... Okay, much better, people are saying. Much better. Or one person said that. Daniel. Thanks, man. But yeah, let me know. Okay, what was I talking about? Modern day. Yeah, that's it. I just hope they do something with a bit more continuity this time. Again, I think what I was saying was before I changed the audio. It sounds like the gameplay is just muted now. Oh my goodness. This is weird though with my OBS. Like, if I turn it up a tiny bit, like a tiny bit, I'm gonna try and. Is that like it will just jump up? Like, I bet it's really loud now, isn't it? How's this? Let me know how that is. Again, I might just have to play around with it for a bit until we can get that sort of perfect quality of audio. I don't know. Right, where am I going next? I'm going to go... let's just do an assassination contract. So, Syndicate had great promise for something with Juno that was going to continue, and then, you know, it all got wrapped up in a comic book, which is great for the comic book, but, you know, for people that don't read comics, you just wonder what happened. And for sure, you know, when it was 2015, 2016 for me, well, sorry, when it was 2017 and Origins came out, I thought they were going to continue that Juno, you know, getting the cloned bodies, the whole Juno, you know, consciousness going free. I thought they were going to really continue that. So then when it was Layla, I thought, all right, when's it going to get to this Juno stuff, though? And then it never happened. And then I later found out, oh, it was in a comic book. Well, I don't read comic books, so I didn't know. Do you know what I mean? So I just hope they can stick to telling an actual good story, not setting something up and finishing it in a book and just carrying it on through the games. Just there's something for us to look forward to each year. You know, that mystery. They need to bring back that mystery of the Isu or something. I don't know, something. Chloe says, all good. It's better for you to be louder than the... Yeah, I know that. That was my hope. But obviously, it's good now, thank you. I think it's good, not too loud. Perfect. Alright, cool. What else are you guys saying about AC Shadows? I think I do also want to talk about the trailer that we got recently. What was it? A few days ago from recording. I made a video about it, which you can check out. What am I doing, bro? I'm getting so confused. It's because I'm talking and I'm playing. This is something I need to learn. Let's do contracts, okay. Yeah, the worlds, like I said in my video of Assassin's Creed Shadows, like, it looks real nice. But one thing I've noticed that I wouldn't have really been able to say much about before is I've just started playing Ghost of Tsushima. Never played it before, but I keep hearing really good things. And also with, you know, Shadows coming out in, what, 2 months, I needed to play it because, you know, when I'm talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, I know that, well, everyone else is going to be comparing it to Ghost of Tsushima, which is completely fair because, again, it comes out after Ghost of Tsushima. There's probably going to be a lot of inspiration in Assassin's Creed Shadows from Ghost of Tsushima, so I needed to know what I was talking about. So I'm playing the game for the first time, and I gotta say, I'm actually really enjoying it. I can see what all the hype is about. It's a great game. I haven't played. Oh shit! What am I doing? I haven't played much of it, but yeah, from what I have played, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really getting into it. I've probably put about 5 hours into the game. I guess I could say. I've done a few of the main missions. I've done a few more of the sort of side stories that you can get after you meet different, you know, samurai, stuff like that. And yeah, I think it's a good game. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how. I feel like Assassin's Creed Shadows kind of has to one-up Ghost of Tsushima, because if it doesn't, it's always going to be seen as that game that is like a Ghost of Tsushima clone, or, you know, that game that tries to be something it's not. Ghost of Tsushima from Wish, and, you know, that's not really what Ubisoft want, and it's not what, I don't think it's what we want, because we don't want a game that's just a lesser version of something we've already played. So what are they going to do to one-up? You know, I guess they're going to try and one-up stealth. Climbing, that's easy. You know, you can one-up climbing easy. But, because Ghost of Tsushima, it's so hard to say. Ghost of Tsushima has climbing, but you can't climb everything. And, you know, it's not as, even though the parkour in Assassin's Creed these days is not that in-depth, it's still more in-depth than, you know, Ghost of Tsushima is. So again, you can one-up them quite easily in a few ways, just inherently by the fact that it's Assassin's Creed and it's got different gameplay mechanics. But, you know, with game writing, with the story, even with graphics, you know, is AC Shadows as good, better graphically than Ghost of Tsushima? I mean, I'd say it's pretty much the same, right? It's pretty on par. Anyway, yeah, Juno death in comic depression. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy that they actually thought that was a good idea. I don't know what was going on. Can you give me advice about Assassin's Creed Black Flag, because I'll get it tomorrow. If find it, I guess you mean if you can find it, or if you can buy it. Can I give you advice about it? I mean, you know, if you love Assassin's Creed, it's a really good Assassin's Creed story. I would say this is the thing with me for Black Flag. I think it's a really good Assassin's Creed story, as I said. You know, it's something I'd recommend it as an Assassin's Creed game. If someone said, what's one of the AC games with the best story that you can recommend me right now, I'd say Black Flag was one of them. But when it comes to, like, pure, you know, Assassin's Creed gameplay, obviously it's going to be different because there's a lot of naval combat involved. And there's, you know, that naval combat isn't all the time, but it's a big point when it comes to Assassin's Creed Black Flag. You can't really not do any naval combat and naval explorations. If you don't like that, then you've got a bit of a problem. That's kind of the problem I have with Black Flag. I like naval exploration and I like the combat, you know, at some points, but I prefer the traditional Assassin's Creed gameplay. And again, it's okay that Black Flag steers away from that. It makes sense for the story it's telling and the game it is. But if you don't like that, you're going to struggle more than if you played a game like this, like Brotherhood, you know? So it depends. I would just say go in with an open mind. Expect to do a lot of, you know, ship combat, ship exploration, and just think to yourself, well, it is what it is. I'll try and enjoy it. And if you don't, you don't. But, you know, give it a good go. I mean, it's the same Assassin's Creed gameplay, you know. It's just got that, you know, naval stuff layered on top. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can really say about it when it comes to advice. Yeah, you know, everyone else in the chat can probably give some good advice as well. What's your PC specs? Alien X says. Well, right now I'm actually playing on Series X, but I do have a PC. I built my PC in like 2018, end of 2018. So, you know, it's not going to be the best specs, you know, as opposed to what you can get now in 2024. I'm not like as big as a PC gamer as I used to be. Like, I'm easy just playing on console these days. It depends what game I'm playing and if there's mods or not. But what I have is, well, I got to try and remember. It's been so long. I've got like a 20, I think it's a 2070 or no, it's either a 2070 or a 2080 Ti RTX, or it's an RTX 2070. It's something like that. Honestly, it's been so long. I did know it off by heart, but I stopped using it for a long time. I've got like, I think I've got 32 gig of RAM. That's all I can really tell you, to be honest. I think I've got either an i7 or an i9. Probably an i7 processor. Maybe an i9. It's so hard to remember, you know. As I said, I built it years ago. It plays games, you know, modern games pretty well still. But, you know, if you want to run everything to the max with ray tracing, then you probably need a bit of a better graphics cards. But I'm not too bothered because, again, like I said, I play most games on console these days. Only games I'll really play on PC is like KOTOR, because I do love KOTOR. Doing like a 4th playthrough of KOTOR 2 at the moment, and that's on my PC. I do have a Steam Deck as well, so I sort of switch between PC and Steam Deck. But yeah, mostly I'm playing on PC, not PC, on Xbox or PS5. Ghost of Tsushima, blah 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 blah. It's not on PC for me, it's on PS5. Right, what else are you guys saying? Black Flag has tedious tailing missions and bad modern day, but it has a great story. Yeah, there you go. I would agree with that. The modern day is trash. Don't expect like a Desmond level or even like a Layla level modern day. You're not gonna get it. It really fucks with the pacing of the game as well. When you know, the modern day, I just think it's bad. But the actual, you know, in-animus gameplay with with Edward is really good. Except from the tailing missions, as Daniel said. God Chicken 14 says, Yo, what's up, bro? Are you a god or are you a chicken? Like, which one is it? Anyway, let's get back to like Assassin's Creed Shadows. You know, that is what we're talking about. I don't think there's gonna be like any cities in the game. Now, if any of you know feudal Japan better than me, because I'm still learning with Ghost of Tsushima. That's all only 5 hours reference is all I have. But any of you historians out there can let me know what, you know, towns and cities were like at that time in Japan. Were they just kind of small villagey towns? Were there any cities? I don't know, but I'm gonna hazard a guess that Assassin's Creed Shadows is probably not gonna have like any cities, to be honest. I don't think there are gonna be like one city in the game. Just because of what we've seen, based on what we've seen. We've seen lots of wilderness, we've seen sort of temples and, you know, forts, but we haven't seen and we've seen villages in some of the, you know, like, gameplay reveals and stuff. So we've seen, you know, a bit of, like, suburban area, I guess you could say. But again, there's no, like, cities. Now, as a pure Assassin's Creed gamer, I guess that is a disappointment to most people because you want to parkour through the city, kind of just like what I'm doing right now, which we're not really going to be able to do. The way I'm kind of trying to view it, not that that's fair criticism based on a series that has a lot of suburban gameplay. Suburban? What am I talking about? Urban gameplay. But what I'm going to try and see it as, just to see if it really changes perception of things at all, is that, look, I'm going to play an Assassin's Creed story in a different type of format, rather than playing in a city, which, yes, I know suits an assassin well, and it suits the Assassin's Creed thematically, and it suits Assassin's Creed gameplay-wise in a city. But look, I'm going to try and play it with a different perception, You know, this is an Assassin's Creed game, but it's an Assassin's Creed story, I guess. That's kind of what they are these days, isn't it? And I don't think there'll be any cities. Jorm the Worm, how we doing, man? It's good to see you. I always see Jorm in the comments. We gotta give Jorm a shout out right now, because I think Jorm is my #1 commenter on like all my videos. I believe. I could be wrong there, but I got a notification the other day, Jorm, and it was like this is your #1 commenter, or this person's received the most amount of hearts from you in the comments, and it was you, Jorm. I knew it would be you, so yeah, I appreciate that. Anyway, that's a shout out for Jorm the Worm. Anyway, he says if we get some cities like Alexandria in Origins and Athens in Odyssey, it isn't too bad. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Alexandria as a city in Origins is pretty decent. I don't know if we will, but I don't really know enough about ChatGPT real quick. But I'm not, because I'm playing Brotherhood right now. Maybe someone else can do that if they want.
Thank you for coming to see
and above that, a bit earlier. Daniel says he thinks the cities are going to be like the ones in Valhalla. Yeah, probably very similar. That's what I imagine. First of David said earlier on, it visually looks cool, but that's one expected thing from Ubisoft. But they need to coordinate the seasons with the right plants, and a lot of people are upset about that. Yeah, that was like a big thing, wasn't it? People getting mad about the plants and shrubbery and stuff in Shadows. Look, I don't know enough about any of that, to be honest. I don't know really anything about ancient Japan, or Japan now, or Japan in general. So I wouldn't know. That's being said, you know, I don't know. It's a difficult one, because it's like, at the end of the day, like, this is their representation of Japan. So do they want to change plants and stuff? I guess, you know, it's fair enough if they want to do that. I don't know.
From the same cup. I don't remember what happened next. Come, we must find.
But yeah, like, the world of Japan. What am I talking about? Yeah, the worlds in general in Assassin's Creed games always look amazing. I think I know I've said this before, but why not? I could say it again. I think the worlds within... bro, I'm getting so confused. I'm like trying to think too much at the same time. I think the content within the worlds, is what I was trying to say, can be lacklustering, you know, a lot of the time. And I'm not going to say that's only the newer games. That can even be, you know, the older games as well. You know, it depends how much content is in that world. They can make a really beautiful, big open world, but if there's not enough content within that world, not enough side quests that are meaningful, and, you know, what's the point of a really big, amazing looking world? You know, purely when it comes to the products that Ubisoft are trying to deliver, or claiming to deliver. So yeah, obviously there's going to be the main worry that, oh, there isn't going to be enough to do in Japan, and the quests are going to be boring, because you can look back at a lot of Ubisoft's games that they've made recently or in the past, and you can sort of think, okay, well, yeah, who's to say that isn't going to happen again?
What are you pointing
Am I
at?
assassinating this guy? What am I doing? But I've got it on mute for myself, because if I'm not I can't be bothered to wear headphones, and if I play the audio out of the monitor, you guys are gonna hear like double audio. So I'm literally playing on mute, but I don't. Again, there's nothing too important, so it doesn't matter. But then again, I don't know what I'm doing here. I thought I was meant to kill that guy. I wasn't listening. What am I meant to do, guys? I'm sure I'll figure it out. I hope it will feature proper Templars and the Assassin's Creed again. So far we know Naue is a proper assassin, but haven't seen anything regarding Templars or a Creed yet. Yeah, I know. I just think that Ubisoft don't like marketing their games, you know, to do with Assassins and Templars anymore. They just know that they can market their games based on the world itself. And this time they're going to focus on Samurai and Ninja, or sorry, Shinobi. And that's what's going to sell the game. That's not to say that there isn't going to be Assassins and Templars in the game. They're just not showing us enough. And they didn't show us enough with Mirage, I don't think, either. They showed us, you know, a few little deep dives into the world with those 3 videos they did. The world, the story, and I think, was it the characters? and they had a gameplay demo infiltrating. I always call it a bandit camp because that is what it is.
He was there.
Beat up. Okay, not kill.
What are you pointing
See, I've just got to pay attention, haven't I? What the hell was that?
Wait,
There we go.
he looks familiar. But
I forgot what I was saying, so I'm just going to read chat.
come, I will find another.
Honestly, Odyssey and Origins weren't that bad. There were some unique quests. The problem was there was too many fetch quests that overshadowed the good quests. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. That makes, yeah. I think I know a lot of people will defend Odyssey, and that's fair enough. But just from my point of view, there were some decent quests in Odyssey. Like, there were some decent ones, but they were, you know, they were main story centric mostly. And I found that I would say 80-90% of the side quests in Odyssey, look, they had characters. They may have had their own unique charm and stuff. But at the end of the day, most of them were fetch quests, you know. I want this, so can you go do this for me and bring me back this and I'll give you this. And that's fine every now and then. But when like 90% of quests are the same thing reskinned, you know, you pick up on that and you feel it. You feel it, and it starts to get a bit like, another one? I can't be bothered, you know? And maybe that's just me. That's just not the sort of game I like to play. A lot of people are, you know, would like that, and that's fair enough. But again, like David was saying, I feel like sometimes quests like that can overshadow games that have... Oh, sorry, quests that have more... Oh, fuck. Did I just kill... Oh, I thought that I assassinated him there, and I got worried. There we go. Another one. Come on then. No. They can overshadow main quests that have a little bit more substance, and they have more than just fetch me this and I'll give you that. Again, it's to do with the sheer amount of side quests, I think, in the games that will give you that feeling, because obviously... I don't know off the top of my head how many, but again, using Odyssey and Valhalla for an example, how many more side quests were there in those games than there were main quests? Probably a lot more, and again, that makes sense, I understand that. But because a lot of them are then fetch quests, a lot of people will feel that don't like fetch quests is, oh, this game is just fetch quest after fetch quest, or grind after grind. And again, there could be really good writing, a real good gameplay loop of variety in main quests, but that's not the lasting perception people are going to have of that game. Sometimes I feel like I'm just yapping over and over. Oh, did he just beat him up for me? I appreciate that, bro. Who are you? Come on. And I'll tell you what, this is random, but one thing, I was just playing through AC Revelations, and I just finished it, I'm moving on to 3. I'm going to make videos on them, they're just coming down the line. I didn't realise until recently, but you cannot taunt enemies in Revelations. You know, you press Y to taunt in Brotherhood. You cannot do that in Revelations. I've tried. Was that guy just clipping through the ground? And I don't know why they took it out. Maybe, like, Ezio's wiser than that now. He wouldn't do that, you know? I don't know. Or maybe they just didn't put it in the game for no reason. Noah, how you doing, man? Says, your content is a vibe, man. Word that's blurred out for some reason. There's something over it. Something it up. I appreciate that, bro. I try to keep it a vibe, you know. We gotta do what we gotta do, you know. I don't know. The Hidden Creed. Actually, there were more story quests in Valhalla than side quests. Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of thinking that as I was saying it. It's more of something you can say about Odyssey, because Odyssey had a lot of side quests. Valhalla's were more, what they class as activities. I think they tried to parallel AC1 with that, making them more activities, you know, random, spontaneous things you could find through the world. They weren't technically classed as quests, were they? It was a bit, I get what they were trying to do. Don't hate it. But I don't know. Yeah, I think it was more toned down with Valhalla. But I think Odyssey, you could say, had the most sort of grindy quests. And again, that were, you know, for the fan base that Odyssey's garnered because of the sort of gameplay it has, that's fine. But I just don't think it works for the traditional Assassin's Creed game. And if if Ubisoft move away from the traditional Assassin's Creed game, that's okay. You know, they kind of have done that, but it's obvious that they do try and retain some things from traditional Assassin's Creed, which means they want to retain that older Assassin's Creed fan base as well. That's a whole other conversation, though. You know, I feel like, again, they're trying to go one way and try to also go another way with old AC games like this, and then you got the more RPG ones, like one of my favorites, which is Origins. And I just feel like sometimes it's hard to get that balance when maybe you'd actually make a better game in general if you just committed to one way or another. You know, if you just commit to traditional AC, you know, back to, you know, think of like Unity and stuff like that, then maybe they'd make a better product. But then, you know, other way, you know, vice versa. If they just commit to a Witcher-like game and stop trying to commit to, well, not commit, stop trying to like stretch to, you know, pleasing older fans as well, then maybe they'd make a better game that way. I do find that Ubisoft are still trying to appeal to two types of players that may not overlap. I think they can do. Like, I overlap. I love, you know, traditional AC games, and I love games like Witcher 3. That's one of my favorite games of all time. So if they can make a good balance between that, I'm fine with that. I don't mind that. It just depends if it's forced, if it feels forced or not, you know, and if the quality suffers for it. Because I'm like trying to constantly talk, because this is like a live stream, I may end up yapping a bit and just saying random ass stuff. So I'm gonna try and keep it on rails. You know, like then, like was I saying making any sense, or was I just like yapping? Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm just like, I'm an insecure presenter or something, you know what I mean? Like, was what I said okay? Please, you know what I mean? I don't know. What's your favorite AC game? So my favorite AC game was always Revelations for years. You know, since I played Revelations, it was always my favorite. I think a lot of that was nostalgia as I got a bit older, that made me think that Revelations was always my favorite. It's my most replayed Assassin's Creed game. I'd always go back and replay it, and then when I replay it, I'd say, oh yeah, my favorite AC game. But since I've sort of gone back to replay all the Assassin's Creed games, you know, in the last, well, this year, but in the last couple of years as well, I tried to look at it more broadly, like I feel like I know really well now what makes a good Assassin's Creed game. So going back with a new sort of fresh coat of paint in my mind, you know what I'm trying to say. If I go back like that, I found that I think my favourite Assassin's Creed game now is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I think it has everything that makes a great Assassin's Creed game, and it does it the best. I think it's got the best variety. It's got the same AC gameplay loop, but yeah, there's more variety, like Leonardo War missions, Assassin recruits, change it up a bit. Christina side quest, which you can unlock as you play and get, you know, more sync. I just think it does everything people loved about Assassin's Creed, and it did it better than what it did before, and it did it with more variety. And I think Revelations tried to do the same, but it was a smaller game, and it scaled things back a little bit. It obviously added more gameplay elements. Oh, I got an achievement. What did I get? Show off. Why, what have I done? 10 guild challenges. Cool. Yeah, it added like Mediterranean. Oh, not Mediterranean defense. What am I thinking? The tower defense game. It added that, which nobody cared about. Like, let's be honest. I think if any of you did it more than once, then you are the outlier. But it didn't. It scaled back on most things. I think story-wise, narrative-wise, it's one of the best written Assassin's Creed games. But I think purely, if you think about gameplay, story, again, everything that makes a good Assassin's Creed game, I think it is Brotherhood. And I know that that's subjective. You know, you don't have to agree with me. I'm not saying I'm right, and I am, you know, the be-all, end-all of Assassin's Creed takes. Definitely not. A lot of people disagree with me. That's fine. Just personally for myself, that's what I think. I do think it's the best AC game. So yeah. You ranked 2 over Brotherhood in your tier list. I know. Did I? I don't even remember. Again, my mind has changed a lot since I've been replaying them in the last couple months. So I might have fully believed that then, but I just think now... Again, people's opinions change. That's a more recent take, that AC Brotherhood's the best Assassin's Creed game. It's definitely a more recent take. I just finished Brotherhood for like... Well, I don't know how many times I've played it in my life, but I just replayed it and finished it about a month and a half ago. Then I moved on to Revelations. One thing I did in the AC games when I was younger is I would mostly play through the main story. I didn't play the DLCs. I didn't really collect anything, do much of the side stuff. So as I've been older, going back and replaying them properly, it's been more of an eye-opener for sure. And that's probably why I liked Revelations more when I was younger, because I just played through the main story pretty much. I go from main quest to main quest, well, main memory to main memory. And I wouldn't really do any of the Master Assassin missions, level up my assassins. I wouldn't really do any of the other little side stuff. Not that there was much side stuff in Revelations, really. So I missed out, you know? And I just think, again, it's changed my perception of it for sure. The chaos is why the screen like this. Oh, why? I know what you're saying. Why is it vertical and not landscape? As I said earlier, there's probably a lot more people watching now, so yeah, fair enough. As I said earlier, at the beginning of the stream, I'll reiterate it now. If you stream vertically, it goes in the YouTube Shorts feed. Now, my channel gets a lot of views in the YouTube Shorts feed. It does. I get, and you know, I'm not complaining with the views I get on my long form videos. Sometimes I do really well. But it's just a fact that my YouTube Shorts do more views than they do on my long form videos. So I'm just experimenting. I'm streaming live to see, you know, does it affect more people watching me, more people interacting, and stuff like that. So far, I can tell you guys, because I can see it on my screen right now, we've got, I don't know how many people are watching right now. It's like 30 or something. But we've got 600 views on this stream already. And if I wasn't in the Shorts feed right now, that would probably be like 100. So, again, it doesn't really matter if people are just coming and swiping away. That sounds really sus. I did not mean it like that. But, you know, the idea is that someone might find me that hasn't watched me before and think, oh, this is alright, let's stick around and watch some more videos. Stuff like that. And it's more people for you guys to talk to as well in the chat. So, there you go. That is the answer. I will probably like say that again every now and then, just so if anyone new joins, they can also know why. Yeah. It's not actually Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, no, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, but we're talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. So, again, I haven't really talked about Assassin's Creed Shadows for about 10-15 minutes. But we'll get back into it. The main, you know, once this live stream's over, the main topic that you can watch and listen to is going to be Assassin's Creed Shadows. I mainly want to hear from you guys as well. You know, what do you want me to answer, or what do you want to talk about when it comes to Shadows? We've talked about the world. We've talked about what the modern day might be like, and we've talked about, you know, what are the quests going to be like in Shadows. One thing to note is that... Oh, there's a flag. We're going to get the flag. One thing to note is that Shadows is being developed by Quebec, Ubisoft Quebec, which are the game developers that made, you know, the subsection of Ubisoft that made Assassin's Creed Syndicate and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, love it or hate it, was one of the best-selling Assassin's Creed games ever. So, obviously, they're going to take a lot of inspiration from Odyssey, take what people loved, and continue that. There's a lot of criticism for Odyssey when it comes to, let's say, for example, we've kind of already just talked about this, but, you know, a lack of content in the world compared to how big the world is. The world, you know, you having to run in a straight line for too long with not much to distract you and stuff like that. Could those things be present again in Assassin's Creed Shadows? Well, again, it's the same developer, so potentially it could. That being said, I think the world in Syndicate didn't really have that problem of being stretched too thin. It was a really in-depth city with, from what I remember, it's been a while since I played Syndicate, so I could be wrong, but, you know, there was a lot, for a traditional Assassin's Creed game, which it was at the time, there was a lot of side stuff to do, and again, it didn't feel like, oh, there's nothing to do here, like a lot of people think it feels like for Odyssey. So look, they've been known to not do that, but they've also been known to do that. So I guess it depends whether Quebec will look at, you know, the criticisms over the years of Odyssey and try to make a better game. Where is this chest? It must be up here. I must have just not seen it. I think the world is going to be massive. You know, we've already got confirmation in interviews and stuff like that. The Shadows is going to be, you know, 100-hour sort of story. You could probably complete it if you just went from one quest to the next in the main story, and probably 60 hours, probably 70 hours. You do a lot of side content as well. It's going to stretch you up to a few hundred hours like it did in the other games like Valhalla and Odyssey. What was the question? What was your question? Do I have thoughts on Shadow's combat? Yeah, it doesn't really look too appealing to me. Then again, that doesn't mean I'm saying it looks bad. Again, people are gonna compare it to Ghost of Tsushima, and the combat which I've experienced so far playing Ghost of Tsushima, again, I'm right at the beginning of my first playthrough for Ghost of Tsushima. I'm loving it so far. One thing that stands out to me is the combat. Now, I'm someone who loves stealth. In in games in general. I love stealth, so I want to be a sneaky boy in Ghost of Tsushima. That being said, I find the samurai combat so satisfying in Ghost of Tsushima that I find myself, you know, running out in the open more than I really ever would in most stealth games. So the combat in Ghost of Tsushima is objectively really well made, I would say. So of course it's going to be used as a comparison for the combat in Shadows. To me, the combat in Shadows, it doesn't look anywhere near as polished and as refined as Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think I would get as much of a kick out of the combat in Shadows than I do in Ghost of Tsushima. So what do I think about it? I think not much. I don't think it looks amazing. I think the use of different Assassin's tools are a staple of Assassin's Creed, and I think that's going to work well. But just purely like sword fighting, that sort of thing,
Careful.
it doesn't look like it's going to do much for me.
Rooftops.
I'll probably, like Jorms just said, I'll and he will mainly go stealth in Shadows for sure. Agreed. I don't know how loud the... can I skip this cutscene? We're just speed running to try and get 100%, so it doesn't really matter. What was I going to say? I know what I was going to say. So, who are you? What are you doing? Come on then. My assassin will get you, don't worry. I hate when that happens in Assassin's Creed. It's so annoying. Okay. Oh my god. Come on then. Let's just do this. Come on, you got it, mate. You got it. You got it. There you go. I think, again, I've made so many videos about it. If you guys watch my content, you know what I feel about Yasuke. I think he's a cool concept, and I think if written well, executed well, he could be a really cool character in Assassin's Creed. That being said, I don't think I'll play as him much unless the narrative of his character appeals to me more than nowadays. Then I might play as him more. But look, I'm someone who wants to play as an assassin, and I'm somebody who wants to be stealthy like an assassin. So I'm probably gonna play Naue a lot more. That said, though, I'm actually very curious to see. You know, I'm interested to see where Yasuke's story is gonna go, and I hope that it's gonna be executed really well. And I do hope he's got to become an assassin at the end. Like, where the assassins stand at the time, don't you make me fool, mate. Jeez. Where the assassins stand, you know, in regards to their philosophy. What am I doing, bro? In the time of feudal Japan, it's around Ezio's time, and I think the Japanese Brotherhood is going to have pretty much the same ideologies. Hang on, let me just kill these guys before I keep talking. I'm just doing so bad. Yeah, you're gone. You can be gone. There we go. Where are all these guards coming from? Like, what is happening?
I am near the end, brother. Now we have you.
Right, let's get back to wherever I was going. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? I like stealth, but when I finish the game, I get bored. I like to go on killing sprees. Yeah, you'll have the choice. There you go. I mean, you always had the choice in Assassin's Creed with that, didn't you? You know? What do you think of Yasuke earning more stealth options as the story progresses? I don't think that will... I mean, look, it's possible. I don't think that will probably be the case. What am I doing? I don't think that'll be the case just because they want you to focus on Naue as the stealth character. But... Oh, I know what I was saying. Hey, there you are, mate. Come on. Come on. Why is my game just not working well today? Like, why did I not air assassinate him? You know? Like, surely that would have worked. Let's just arrow storm him. There we go. I get so distracted by this game. I really struggle doing two things at once. Yasuke, I think, has to become... I know what I'm saying. Where the Brotherhood stand in Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed universe, during sort of Ezio's time, which is also when... Ezio's alive when Shadows is taking place, from what I understand. So... Well, he is. So, Yasuke, you know, from what we understand... Oh, yes, new Christina memory available. Let's fucking go. From what Bro, okay, I need to focus. I need to focus right now. Let's stop playing the game for a minute. I need to focus on what I'm saying. I'm going to put the controller down. We're going to get it back in a minute. Look, do you know what I'm even going to do? I'm even going to switch to this so I can just talk to you guys and I can focus. And then we'll go back to the game. Right. The Assassin Brotherhood stand for freedom. They stand very much on Altair's reformation of freedom in the time that AC Shadows is set. So, with Yasuke being a very freedom-focused character, from what we understand, he seeks the liberation of the people. He is an outsider who is ostracized potentially by the people. He is going to seek freedom potentially for himself. Freedom for the people. He will see people being oppressed, and he will it looks like he will seek to liberate those people. Why would he not become an assassin when that is exactly what assassins stand for in Shadows at this time? I think by the end of the game, he's got to become an assassin. It would be crazy if he didn't become an assassin. It wouldn't make sense. One thing I will say is I used to think Eivor should have definitely became an assassin in Valhalla. And yeah, there's still definitely argument that he should have become a hidden one. Excuse me. But you could argue... There's a bit more leeway you could argue with Eivor becoming an assassin because at the time they were hidden ones. At the time, it wasn't Altair's reformation of the Creed. They were focused on peace, but they were focused on more of... It was more of a focus on peace than it was freedom, and obviously peace comes from freedom. But that ideology wasn't really established until Altair, became mentor. And Eivor would have looked at the Hidden Ones as an establishment, a uniform group of people that follow orders. Eivor wouldn't have aligned with that, He was a free spirit. The Vikings are people who take and seek their own fortune, their own glory. So it makes sense. But at the time of Assassin's Creed Shadows, what Yasuke believes in, from, again, what little information we have about his character, it would completely align with the assassins, unless the Japanese Brotherhood has become corrupt, which could be a thing. Maybe Al-Mualim corrupted the Brotherhood. What is his name? Abbas corrupted the Brotherhood. So maybe we see something similar where, not Yasuke, but some character who is in charge of the assassins corrupts the Brotherhood, and they have more, Templar ideology or something, and there is that blur, that real blend between the two. Who knows? It could be an undercover Templar who is leader of the assassins, who's plotting to take them down from the inside. I don't know. But if it isn't something like that, and they are purely, freedom-focused, and a freedom-focused assassin Brotherhood, then, yeah, if Yasuke doesn't become an assassin, then we got to ask why, to be honest. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And I'm going to move back to the game now. Now I've actually got that out. I was like yapping, stuttering over my words, wasn't I? I could not focus. And I'll also go back to chat so I can read it. I had to go off of it for a minute. It would make... Yeah, firstly David says it would make sense for him to, but he won't because it's Ubisoft. So, don't... Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy when... It sounds... I'm not saying you're stupid. You're definitely not stupid. I'm saying what you're saying to an outsider would sound stupid. Ubisoft make Assassin's Creed games, but they don't make their main character an assassin when it makes sense for them to become an assassin. That doesn't make sense. That sounds stupid. The thing is, you're probably completely right, David. And you're not stupid. You're probably very smart for saying that. Because if we... Oh, come on. If we, take a look back at everything, at things Ubisoft have done, again, I guess you could say with Eivor, and, Cassandra, and having more of a focus away from the Brotherhood, don't get your hopes up and don't be surprised if Yasuke doesn't become an assassin, even though his character arc might merit it. Fuck. I got you. Oh, fuck. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I just think narratively, I haven't played the game, so I can't really make a proper judgment yet. But from what I've seen, I think he's got to become an assassin. Unless Ubisoft give us good reason otherwise, which we find out when we play the game, then yeah, I think he should, and I think he will. But again, I won't get my hopes up, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. But I do actually kind of think he will. Where is this guy? Nah, I'm sorry, but you are dead. There we go. I don't get notoriety because I have the Auditore cape, which you get for doing 100% of rebuilding Rome. So I can just kill people, I can just, do whatever I want, and I just don't get any notoriety, which is nice. It's helpful for, doing endgame stuff like this. Did I just say endgame stuff when I'm talking about Brotherhood? Okay. I'm having low expectations, hoping to be surprised. That's exactly how I feel. I think that's the best way to go about Ubisoft games. I mean, lots of games in general, yes. But I think, yeah, Ubisoft games, that's a really good way to go about things. Personally, they've let me down a lot. So, for me to go in completely hyped, expecting a great game, would be naive. I'm excited to play it, just for a new Assassin's Creed game to play. But I'm tempering my expectations. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's gonna be great, without knowing. It could easily be really, really bad. I was really let down with Mirage. That being said, though, with my new sort of perception of things on Assassin's Creed since I've replayed the games again, I might be a bit more lenient on Mirage, and I think I am going to do like a sort of 1 year later video at some point. I'm not going to do it like on... It's kind of 1 year later now. I'm not going to do it yet because I think it would be more worth doing, you know, maybe in 6 months' time. But I would like to replay Mirage and just think, actually, let's have a look at this, you know, and see if it is a good game, because I was very critical on it. Why am I not getting a blip on the map for this chest? That's a bit worrying. Am I going to, like, miss out? Do I need to buy another chest map? No, don't think so. Well, whatever. I'm guessing Yasuke will just be an ally for the whole time. Yeah, maybe. That makes me so sad, because it's like, I want bro to be an assassin, you know? Like, he doesn't have to, like, climb buildings and hide, but, like, I think he just needs to become an assassin. He just needs to become an assassin, you know? But also, it's like, you know, fuck me if I'm wrong, you know? Which is fine. Whatever. Jorm says, I initially thought Yase was going to be an anti-Shay. Oh, yeah, that's another point. A Templar defected to the Assassins. I do think that could definitely be the case. Let me read the rest of what you said, though. Joining the Templars and then realizing they're wrong. Bro, I've been thinking that. That was another point I wanted to touch on. I think that would be really good narratively, and it would be really good for a character arc. You know, Yasuke to be this character that maybe he gets freed. I don't know if he was a slave. I don't know. I'm just going off the top of my head here. Maybe he was a slave, or maybe not a slave, but he was given a good life, let's say, by the Templars. He thinks they're great. He serves them, but then maybe he witnesses the true nature of the Templars, and maybe they slaughter a bunch of people, or they take over a village, and, you know, they then make those villagers serve the new lord, and he's very strict, and he taxes them, he does all this, he does very Templary things, and he basically gives them nothing and tells them they will be happy. Maybe Yasuke sees this, and he thinks, what is this? This is literally goes against everything I feel and believe to my core, you know? Maybe that's the way he sees things, and he thinks, you know, I appreciate what they've done for me, but I can't align with this. And so Yasuke somehow bumps into Naue. Maybe. Okay, here's something crazy. This is probably not going to happen. I'm just doing my own fan fiction right now. But imagine Naue is locked up in a cell. She's been captured by the Templars. She's like going to be executed or something. I don't know. To send a message. And Yasuke maybe Yasuke's the one that caught her and imprisoned her. He always guards Naue every night. Let's guess. Let's fantasize. Let's fan fiction. He guards Naue every night as a Templar, and they end up talking. They end up having debates on ideology. He believes a lot of what the Templars believe. He believes that control... he wouldn't believe that control... I'm thinking off the top of my head right now. He wouldn't believe that control and domination... That's the whole point. He just goes with the flow. He's been brainwashed a little bit because they've given him a good life, the Templars. Naue talks about her ideology of everyone deserves freedom, the free will to choose what they want, and that's how true peace can be eventualized. Yasuke kind of agrees with this, and the more they sort of talk and debate each night, the more he comes along to her way of things, but he's still not fully there. Then he sees something terrible that the Templars do, and he has to be part of that. He hates that he was part of that. He then breaks Naue out, and he says, I will help you under the condition that this thing happens. I don't know what that thing is. They end up working together that way, and he still struggles with their way of way of belief. Maybe he's not fully there yet, but maybe over time he slowly becomes more, you know, accustomed to their complete ideology, and he then understands nothing's true, everything is permitted on a more, you know, in a way that makes more sense for him personally. Because we do have a trend of assassins not really grasping the concept of that phrase, and then near the end of the game, then coming to a conclusion or a realization like, it means this. What I've imagined might be nothing compared to what Ubisoft do, but wouldn't that be cool? That would be, as an idea, that's pretty cool. And I would love to see something like that happen, where Yasuke is a bad guy, something bad happens where he completely changes his way of thinking, or, you know, his true self comes out, or the true Templars come out, and he switches up, and then by the end of the game, he pledges to actually join the Brotherhood officially, you know? I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I want Shay versus Arno still, Jorm says. Bro, we all want that, bro. We all wish we could have seen that, for sure. Who knows? There's a whole other conversation I'm going to get onto very soon about whether frick is Assassin's Creed Infinity, and is that cancelled now? Who knows? I might make a video about it. But, you know, if Assassin's Creed Infinity still becomes a thing, this live service that tells loads of Assassin's Creed stories, then maybe we'll get a Shay Arno story one day. Who knows? Does anyone else think an AC fighting game with all the protagonists would be awesome? Well, there isn't. You're right. That would be cool as fuck. You can kind of imagine you're playing one of those games if you play Soul Calibur. I think it's 5. I have it on my shelf over there. I'll go get it. It was, I think, when Brotherhood came out. It came out at a very similar time to Soul Calibur 4 or 5. I think it's 5. You can play as Ezio in that game and fight. Like, it's just a fighting game. Oh, bro, I miss Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur was great. I think I watched a podcast somewhere. I think it was. Do you guys know Defining Duke? I love that podcast. I don't manage to watch them all, but when I do, I always enjoy that one. I think it was them. They were talking about like how Tekken just took over, and you know, well, they're developed by the same people, aren't they? So that game series just took over. Was it that? And Soul Calibur took a back seat, something like that. Anyway, you can play as Ezio in Soul Calibur 5. I'll go get it. Hang on a sec. I'll go get it and show you guys. It's a little deep cut. Maybe I'll make a little short about like the crazy fighting Assassin's Creed game, and I'll show you. You know, I'll do a short about it or something. Let me get it. Let me get it. Where is it? It's up here. It's up here somewhere. Here we go. I am a game collector. I do love to collect. I have a lot of games up there. Can you see it? Can you see it? Ezio Auditore. There he is. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I think you can. There he is. This isn't like an OG copy that I had when I was a kid. I literally bought this in a game shop, in like a exchange game store a few months ago when I saw it. I probably sold my original copy. I don't know. But yeah, sick. You can play as Ezio. There he is, assassinating somebody. So look, you're halfway there to your Assassin's Creed fighting game. But it would be sick to have a full-on AC fighting game. Maybe, again, with Assassin's Creed Infinity and, you know, more multiplayer games coming back, maybe they can do something like that. Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna go put this back.
Quite the athlete, that one.
Okay. I do want to talk about Assassin's Creed Infinity because I think it's crazy. Like, where is it? Where is Assassin's Creed Infinity? I just don't understand. I don't know, what do you guys remember last about Assassin's Creed Infinity? It got leaked, didn't it? It got leaked, and Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed Infinity got leaked. Ubisoft decided to then just end. They were like, yeah, all right, we're just gonna announce it. We're just gonna tell people, yeah, this is real. So they made like a blog post on their website saying, yes, Assassin's Creed Infinity is real, but it won't be coming for a while. Next, we hear about Assassin's Creed Infinity. We learn that it's a live service. Ubisoft told us as much. But next we hear about Assassin's Creed Infinity was through Insider Gaming. So Insider Gaming talked about Assassin's Creed Shadows. They got an exclusive look at the game. They got to play the game and they got to talk about it. We, us in the AC community who make videos, we all made videos on it. That was back when it was still called AC Red, probably about a month or so before it got revealed as Shadows. So that happens. And within... What am I doing? I need to go to the bank, not the tailor. And within that article, Insider Gaming talk about how it was launched through the AC Infinity live service. And they showed how it's very seamless. What they explained, how they saw that it was very seamless and all of this. But the game's 2 months from release, and we haven't heard a single thing about Assassin's Creed Infinity. So how is it going to work? Like, it makes no sense. How is it going to work? Especially seeing people have pre-ordered the game already. A lot of people have already given their money. So, again, it begs the question, like, is Red even going to be on this Infinity Live platform when we, again, haven't heard anything about it? Or is it being pushed back to AC Hexa? Like, what's going on? And I think Ubisoft have not communicated a single thing. And they need to be way more transparent. Again, it's fine to hold off on things and leave things to last minute when it comes to information. But I think because people have pre-ordered the game already, like, if it's going to be on a different platform thing, like, what is it going to be? I think they got to be transparent about that before they take pre-orders, personally. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. I think I might make a whole video about it at some point. I don't know if it's worth doing though, because will that video be out of date, and because they'll just announce it, how it's going to work with Red straight away? I don't know. I might wait and see how I feel about it. But yeah. Oh, speaking of making videos, I won't say what it is yet because I don't know if it's probably fine. Yeah, it's probably fine because I got the go ahead to make the video whenever. But I actually spoke to one of the, I think it was the game director. I'm sorry if it wasn't somebody. I spoke to someone who is part of the Assassin's Creed Tribute fan game. Now they're busy at work making that. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know any like exclusive dates and stuff like that. But he actually gave me a really just detailed sort of bit of exclusive information on like what the game's going to be like. We talked on Discord. He gave it to me through that. Now I haven't made the video yet, but I'm going to put that into a video. And I think that's going to be something good, good for them, good for me, good for you guys to learn a bit more about like this new, fan game. From what he told me, it's very much going to be more like a traditional Assassin's Creed game, like Brotherhood, what we're playing now. That's all I will say on the live stream, just because I came to him and said, did you want to, I'm going to make a video on this. Did you want to, did you have any words you wanted to say for the video or not? And he gave me a lot of really helpful information that I really appreciate. So I'm going to save it for the video and do him justice. Again, that was a while ago, so I'm gonna get on that video probably this week. I might try and get out this week. If not, it'll be out next week. Now I can't remember. Again, the guy's name eludes me just because it's been a while since we talked. But I'll thank him in the actual video. So that's something to look out for. Exclusive information on Assassin's Creed Tribute, the fan game. A lot of it isn't really exclusive, but I do think a few things he said that I haven't really seen them say publicly, or at least they haven't said it for a long time, and it might be updated. So I'd say a bit of it's exclusive, but I'm not going to put my stamp on that and be like, exclusive, just in case. But yeah. Do you think Assassin's Creed should or shouldn't work with Vikings? Did you watch that video? That was a video on YouTube. I saw it in my recommended earlier. It was like, this is how it could work with Vikings, or it should have worked with Vikings. I didn't watch it yet, but I'm gonna watch it. Do I think it could work or should have worked how it should have worked? I think it does. Like, the idea of the Viking ideology, how it was portrayed, at least in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I think that works for Assassin's Creed because, again, they very much seek freedom. They seek I'm trying to find a good way to put it into words. The Vikings seek the freedom to be themselves, to settle where they want to settle, to consume the riches of anywhere they want to consume it. Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened to my voice there. Jesus, I sound like the dying shrimp thing from SpongeBob. So I think when it comes to just that sort of notion, yes, it works for Assassin's Creed, but they could have definitely focused in more on the assassin ideology in Valhalla more than they did, and I think they should have done it more. So yeah, I think the Vikings more represent Altair's Reformed Creed than they would align with the Hidden Ones at the time, as I was saying earlier. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Edward worked as a bloody pirate, yes, exactly, because at the time, pirates are all about freedom, all about not conforming to a uniform cause, to being who you want to be. So at the time, again, Altair's reformed ideology of the Brotherhood, oh fuck, I didn't want me to back eject. It works. But let's say we saw pirates in Black Flag at the time of the Hidden Ones, before Altair reformed it to be to do with more freedom. Would that have worked as much? Probably not, because the pirates would have seen a uniform group of assassins that, yeah, fight for peace, but don't really align with freedom as much as they would later on do. And maybe Edward would not have become a Hidden One, but yeah, he would have become an assassin. Do you know what I mean? I need to get up here. I'm just like pissing about. I need to get up here. So yeah. Have the fans want to kill everything and play an RPG in a historical setting, and have the fans like Assassin's Creed for Assassin's Creed. Yes, my friend, you are completely right. And that's the issue. That's the issue that Ubisoft, it's not the fans' fault. It's an issue that Ubisoft have caused. You know, I still need to go up here, okay. When a series goes on for longer than it probably should have, that series is going to have to do new things, to have to try out new things, so that it can retain a fan base, it can still make money, it's not so repetitive. But obviously what comes with that is you change things a lot, you're going to attract, and the more you make a game in a series, the more fans you're going to get. But the bigger difference in that fan base is going to be, to the point where, yeah, it's such a big series with such different types of games, you're going to have a very divided fan base. So it really is Ubisoft's fault, to be honest. Obviously, the only thing I'd say is an individual's fault is when they start being hateful and cruel and, you know, bullyish towards people just because they don't like the same game as you. You know, that's when, that's not Ubisoft's fault, that's the individual's fault. But, you know, Ubisoft are the ones that decided to keep this series going because of the profit margins. And so, yeah, they've created this divided fan base by creating such different games. Please don't fall. Oh, you piece of... Oh, my goodness. Ugh. Right, I need to move to somewhere else on the map. I've had enough of this spot. I'll just fast travel there later. I'm gonna go this way. I don't eat. AC Nerd says I don't even think there's a mid AC game. A7 is the low. Oh, a 7 is the lowest I put it any of them. Yeah, I mean, I think every Assassin's Creed game will appeal to a different specific niche of people in its own way. If you like the more traditional games like Brotherhood, which I'm playing now, then you're gonna like AC1 to Black Flag. If you like, or even to Syndicate really, but then if you like Unity to Syndicate specifically, then you're going to be, I would say, more inclined to like the RPG games because it feels more modern. It has a similar feel with engine and stuff like that that you could feasibly be like, okay, this makes sense. This is in the same series. I like this too. And then if you just like the RPG games, or you came in with the RPG games, but you like them, you understand, oh, this is Assassin's Creed, then you might look back at the older games and appreciate them for what they did. So yeah, again, it's all subjective, and it's all based on people's experience. Kind of what I said in the Odyssey video I made a week or so ago. I played it again in 2024, or brackets again. I talked about the feeling people get with different games and how even if you're trying to be unbiased and objective, you're still going to have a very subjective experience because that's all you can have on a game or on any piece of art or any experience you've had ever. So yeah, I think you're completely right in what you say because that's your opinion, whereas someone might disagree. I might not agree that every Assassin's Creed game is a 7 at least. I might think one's lower, but again, that's based off of my own opinion, which is different to literally everybody else's in the world, because everyone might have similar opinions, but nobody has the exact same opinion. That's impossible. I don't think even identical twins could have the same opinion. So yeah, right, we gonna recruit you, or what we doing? Killing a Templar agent?
Please.
I think I want to talk about Shadows a bit more, unless you guys want to talk about
Your wife?
AC more broadly.
To be my wife.
One thing I'll say to you guys now, making a live stream as a vertical short thing has definitely worked, because this stream has now had 1,200 views, whereas I usually finish a stream when there's not a load of hype about Assassin's Creed, and I'll finish it with like 200 views. So it definitely works. It definitely works.
You know the killer.
I think the chat's kind of good. I mean, it's not popping, but it's popping off quite a decent amount today, I think.
Leave before you are seen here.
Right. We gonna use this spade? No, I wish. I'm sure you guys all know this, but here's a fun fact. In all the Templar agent missions in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, each Templar agent is actually a playable character in the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer. Or I should say was, because RIP Assassin's Creed multiplayer, but I want to jump, but I don't want to get game ended. Assassin's Creed short from the Exile reference. I'll just... Oh shit. Oh my god. There we go. By the way, the only reason I say game ended and like unalived in my Assassin's Creed shorts is because of mainly because of TikTok, because they're way more strict. Like if you say kill, then they're way more strict. So, and because I'll post them both to YouTube and TikTok, I've kind of just got, it will just say game ended and unalived on YouTube as well. I also kind of say it because it's funny, because bro, some people get so mad when I say game ended. They're like, just say killed. Why are you saying game ended? And it's just like, bro, relax. It's just a short. I'm just having a laugh, I'm just here for fun. So sometimes I kind of do it as a joke. But that is the answer. What am I doing? Where is this guy? I think he's over there, because I did see a red target, and he's probably surrounded by guards. I would... Oh, she, sorry. Oh, there's a flag. Unless she's... over here? What the F? I'm searching for my target right now and I cannot see my target. She's going to be over here, surely. Or is she going to be up, high up? I think she's an acrobat, so she could... I don't know. What the hell? Where is she? What is going on? What is going on right now? Further out than I thought, I guess. That's her, right? No. There we go. There we go. Sorry, love, but you are gonna get assassinated. Why is this guy after me? You... Oh my god. There we go. Arrow storm is easy enough, isn't it? Oh, he's gone. Chloe has commented. She's talking to me. She's in the other room. She wants to go Uncle's and McDonald's. We will go Uncle's is just our local shop. There's this guy he's called Uncle. I don't know why she wants to go to Uncle's, but yeah, we're gonna go McDonald's. Every time I stream, because it's late, I usually stream like I just haven't eaten dinner yet, so like usually after a stream I love to get like a McDonald's or something. Not that I do that all the time. Also, I'm gonna try I think I'm gonna try and stream more often. I used to do it every week, and then for months I just done it like once every few months. But yeah, I'm gonna try and stream a bit more often for sure. Every week, maybe not, but once every other week, maybe. We'll see. Oh, I am there, so I can get these flags now. Oh, and to answer your question, Chloe, yes, we'll go there soon. I probably am gonna end the live soon. I'm just gonna finish a few more chests, say a few more things, talk to you guys a bit more, talk about Shadows a bit more, round it all off, and then we'll probably end it there. Let's go back to Assassin's Creed Shadows. A lot of people, I'll shout out Willis Makes Movies right now. He's a good AC YouTuber. I would definitely recommend watching his stuff. But anyway, he made a video. I haven't watched it all, so I do apologise to him. But he made a video, or I think he made a video about it, talking about like what the hell's going on with the marketing for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like what is happening? Like why are they not? But why can I still not get up here? Am I stupid? I'm gonna go round. I'm just gonna go round. You know, what's going on the marketing? Why doesn't the game seem to be being talked about, being shown off as much as you think it would? Now, I'll tell you why. I even know why. Firstly, in my opinion, it comes down to Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws was Ubisoft's big game that's just come out, so obviously their marketing was going to go on that, you know, over Assassin's Creed Shadows for the lead up to that game's release. Why can I still getting hate? No, I'm joking. Can I get up here? Why can't I get up here? I'm really confused. I've been up here, obviously. Why can't I get up there, guys? What is going on? It's got to be up here that I can go there, isn't it? Ugh, it's annoying. I'm just gonna leave that bit then, and I'm gonna go get this flag, whatever. Now Star Wars Outlaws is out, I think Ubisoft are now going, you know, they have released a new trailer. I think they're going to focus more on marketing the game leading up to its release now, because now their next big game is Shadows. They're going to really want to focus on that. I'm surprised to not have seen any, like, TV spot trailers for Shadows yet. Maybe there are. I don't even watch, like, TV. I just watch, like, Netflix and stuff, so maybe there are. Let me know. But yeah, I think we're going to see a much bigger push on the marketing for Shadows now that Outlaws is out. and now that we can, they as a company can, you know, really go all in. I do think they need to start, you know, putting money into billboards on the buses, you know, when they drive by, and like a T shape on the double decker. You know, we need Naue and Yasuke on there. That'd be sick. And I just think we need a. I don't think we're gonna get it, but we need more of a in-depth look at gameplay. We aren't going to get it, I don't think, because Mirage didn't really get it. It got one gameplay presentation, then it got sort of, you know, a scripted showcase of gameplay through different trailers. I think we'll get a few more of those, like more scripted things, like this is the world. This is how you collect armor. This is how you fight better and your different stances in assassin tools. I don't even know if Yasuke will have different stances as a samurai, but, well, that's another thing that people will compare to Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, you got different combat stances. I don't know if Yasuke has that. Maybe you know, maybe I just don't know. So yeah, anyway, what I'm really saying is, overall, I think we're going to see more little trailers and stuff in the next month. I would have thought we'd start seeing it properly already. We've seen one trailer. I think we'll at least get 2 more. We're going to get a story trailer. Every Assassin's Creed game always gets a story trailer. Most, if not all games, AAA games, get story trailers. We'll probably get a final trailer. And we might get like a, you know, one other sort of unique trailer for Shadows. So I think overall we'll probably get like 5 different pieces of media before the game comes out. Maybe like 2 to 3 big trailers. Two big trailers. And then like 3 little things, I would guess. That's a pure guess based on what we've seen in the other Assassin's Creed games, like marketing campaign and stuff. But yeah, I think they need to do more for it. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a businessman when it comes to like sales numbers of video games. I would think that they'd need to do more. Maybe they don't. One thing I know for a fact though is, let's be real. Whatever people say about Ubisoft stocks and stuff like that, like, oh, their stocks are tanking, they're doing bad, Assassin's Creed Shadows is gonna flop. No, it isn't. Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't gonna flop. Come on. Assassin's Creed is like as big as Call of Duty. It's a mainstream title at this point. On top of that, Japan, shinobis, samurais, that's so popular. That's insanely popular in the West, as well as in the East or whatever, or you know, in the whole world. It's so popular. You put them two things together, of course it's gonna sell really well. Of course. So, look, Ubisoft stocks are probably going to go up after the release of Shadows. Oh, this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. I'm an idiot. I don't know anything. But what I will say is, I wouldn't be surprised, based off of no knowledge, by the way, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the Ubisoft stocks, if somebody was to put money into Ubisoft's like really cheap, I don't know if they're cheap at the moment, but lower stocks now, and then Shadows were to come out and it were to rise up, you might make some money. I don't know. I literally know nothing. I have no knowledge in stocks, but that makes sense to me. But I'm gonna shut up and not even talk about that now because I don't know, and I don't want somebody to listen to what I have to say, decide to put all their money into it and lose everything because I don't know anything. But maybe if you were to look into it more, you might think, maybe I'm right, I don't know. I might look into that personally though. You know, that's just an idea. It's just an idea. Right, I'm going to collect these 2 more things and then I'm going to go because Chloe is waiting for me in the other room and I'm hungry. So I'm just going to get these 2. I'll read the chat a bit more and then I'm going to go. Now, if you had something really cool and interesting to say and I actually missed your chat, then I do apologize. The chat, you know, there's a lot to read in the chat. I'm also playing a game, so I would literally read everything if I could. Obviously I can't, so I do apologize for that. But I'm gonna try as we reach the end of the stream, I will try. Yeah, after I saw that Valhalla jump on Shadows, I knew it was cooked. Yeah, I mean, one thing I found interesting is that Ubisoft made a tweet I think it was for that parkour clip, or it was for a different parkour clip. And they said they captioned it like, or maybe it was on it might have been on TikTok. They captioned it like, "We've been cooking with parkour and shadows." And I looked at it and I thought, I mean, have you been cooking? Obviously, it looks better than Valhalla's, but I don't even think it looks better than Mirage's. It looks slower than Mirage's. And Mirage was just a little bit more of a refined parkour system than Valhalla. It was pretty much the same. Yeah, they've added some cool flips. That looks cool, but it also, I think it needs a lot of work. I could be wrong, but I think it needs a lot of work. I think it needs to be made faster. I think, how do I get up here? Oh, right here. I think it needs to be made to look faster. I think there needs to be less of like a delay sort of stumble as Naue, I say Naue because we haven't seen parkour with Yasuke, but as Naue, you know, climbs up onto a ledge, there's a bit of a delay, a bit of a pause. It makes you feel slow, sluggish. I think they need to speed that up. And that is something you can do post-launch. You know, look at... where am I? I got to climb up. Look at Assassin's Creed Mirage. They made back ejecting and side ejecting a little bit easier, more intuitive, through updates. So Shadows could do the same thing. I bet I needed to climb it over there and run all along. I bet you I did. Look, if I can't get it in a minute, I'm just gonna do it another day. I'll do more live streams like this. I also want to run 100% AC2 and AC Revelations. So that's something else to do. Obviously, I got nowhere near 100%ing the game Brotherhood today, which I wasn't expecting to do. I'm just expecting to do this like over multiple months, maybe even years. Just jumping in when I'm bored or when I want to do a live stream. And collecting chests, doing little side things, and then eventually one day I will 100% it. But yeah. Alright, I think I'll leave it there, guys. I think I'll leave it there. First Civ David. I'm just seeing if you ask me a question, because I don't want to leave you hanging. Daniel says putting 1,000 into Ubisoft stocks. Thanks, XL. No, do not take my advice, bro. I'm probably wrong, and you will probably... it will be a bad financial mistake. I'm no financial advisor. I know nothing. I'm just yapping, bro. What did First Civ David say? Of course, I'm just asking why you disagree. I don't know if he's talking to me. You could be talking to someone else. Well, anyway. The RPGs are visually stunning in my opinion, and the content looks good. Especially the animations for the final NPC kill. That's just there's like a little thing over my screen and I can't move it. That's just something though. Yeah, they always look visually very nice. That's one thing Assassin's Creed, you know, good content, bad content, good quests, bad quests, good story, bad story. It's gonna look graphically amazing, and I do hope they bring back the what was it called? It was like, oh, the Discovery Tour. I hope they've got to bring that back. I only played the Discovery Tour for the first time recently in Odyssey, and I was like, actually, like, this is kind of fun, you know, like, you can see certain things, do certain things, you unlock different characters and stuff. I was enjoying it, and I was actually learning a bit, and I thought, why didn't I play it sooner? So, yeah. So, I hope they bring it back. If they do bring back Discovery Tour, I would expect to get that post-launch. I think that's when we got Discovery Tours for the other games. I don't remember. Alright, guys. Good to see you. Good to speak to you all. Daniel says, nice stream. Catch up later. Catch you later. Yeah, I'll catch you later. And I'll catch you all later. In fact, I'm going to switch over to my other face before I go. Just for like... because I want to. Not really any reason why. I had a good time talking today, guys. I think we covered a lot of Shadows information, you know, speculation, discussion. Played a bit of AC Brotherhood. We had a good time. It was good chatting to you guys today. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. It's been fun. I feel like I'm a bit rusty with my live streams just because I haven't done it in a while. So thanks for bearing with me. We didn't have any technical difficulties, which is good. We usually have a lot of them. If you're an OG viewer, you know. So, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be live again, but hopefully soon. Hopefully it won't be 2 months again or 3 months again. I'll get Cam on the stream again at some point. I know you guys love Cam, so that'll be a bit fun. I'm working on videos. Got that exclusive sort of interview with the developers at Assassin's Creed Tribute video coming this week or next week. Assassin's Creed shorts are coming, as they always do. I think I'm going to focus on shorts this week, and then I'm going to focus for the next video to be out near the end of the week, maybe next week, the exclusive interview thing. Other than that, I love you guys. Made a favor of understanding guiders. You can follow me on Twitter if you want sort of my just my genuine takes on different things. I don't really use it too much, but every now and then I'll talk about Assassin's Creed. I'll talk about like cool older games that I like to play. You'll see me quote tweeting an idiot or something. You know, you get a bit of a laugh over there, maybe. I don't know. You can follow me there if you want. I love you guys. Made a favor of understanding guiders. I will see you soon. Catch you soon, guys. Love you, XR. Have a good one. I appreciate that, man. Alright, see you guys. See ya. See ya. Bye.